And you're live. Great. Now I'm going to bring up these minutes from last month. So who's running this meeting, Abby?
I am.
Yeah,
You
she's
are? Great.
well. She's still vice chair.
Great.
So-
Excellent.
Roll call. Call to order.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to move these guys up here.
We're only missing, what, 2? No, it's
Just two.
just 2.
Well,
Happened to
Ricky Joe, Corey, and Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
missing
Corey
three.
has class all quarter.
Yeah, he said that he,
We'll send him the stream and he can catch up on it later.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll send it out to everybody.
Is that put on the Arts
It's on-
Commission
It's
Facebook?
on, no, it could be, but it's on the YouTube channel, the Parks and Rec YouTube channel.
I didn't even know you
I
had a
didn't even
YouTube
know
channel.
one. P
You're
You need to
on it.
share these things.
You're on it.
Yeah.
You didn't know you're on it.
Y T.
yeah, it says the meeting will be available for viewing, Parks and Recreation, Facebook.
That does. Cool.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Let's call the meeting to order.
Okay. And we did the roll call. That's done.
Yep. And minutes approval.
Agenda approval first.
Follow-
Agenda approval.
Just follow the list, sweetheart.
Well, I did. I thought we were done. Agenda approval?
I move
Who
to
approves?
approve. the
Wait.
Did you see something that I?
Do we need to approve the roll call?
No.
Oh no, I could put it in my staff report or commissioner comments.
If anybody has anything to add to the agenda, now is the time.
Yep.
Do you have something here?
Nope.
Okay. I motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Third.
No, it's all in favor.
All in favor, say aye.
You know, just wave something.
We're so official here. Awesome.
Now minutes.
Now the minutes. Do we approve the minutes as is? All in favor, say aye, right?
No.
No?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I move that we approve the September minutes as presented.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There we go.
All right.
No public comments, but we
No.
have a new person, so
Oh, good.
give us your
Yay.
spiel.
My spiel.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Nick Avila. I moved here with my wife and son in 2017. Did a lot of things here and there. I was a member of the Navy. I bounced around the country for a little while. Always been interested in the arts. I mean, I do digital art now and I do
Ooh.
traditional art. Let's see. I have a degree in horticulture. And right now I'm kind of the stay-at-home parent, helping kind of keep everything together there. And I've been working on our house. I'm into, I have a CNC at the house. I like to do CNC work and kind of using my artistic ability right now to kind of remodel the front of the house.
Cool.
Awesome,
Is that one of those
awesome.
metal machines? What does that mean? CNC.
Yeah.
It stands for computer numerical control.
Okay.
So it's kind of like there's a big bed, and there's a X and a Y axis
Yeah.
and a Z
Uh-huh.
axis, and there's a router on the top. And I stick different types of wood or acrylics, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I
Ooh.
design all the stuff, I program it, and then I have it cut it out.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that.
So, one child, two child,
Just one.
one.
Yep, Reed. Oh, well, let's see. Right now he's in third grade and he's just started his violin club. So he's excited about that.
Which school?
Central.
Okay.
And that's with Carla.
I think so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are kid friendly. When Taylor comes, he brings his significant other, Ren, and their two boys.
Oh,
and
okay.
so we're kid friendly. If you want to bring your child, there's enough grandmas here. We're going to sugar them up and send them home.
Okay. Fair enough.
And your spouse,
Liberty Avila. Yeah, she's on the planning commission
planning commission of,
for here in
The
LaGrange.
city of LaGrange.
yay, nice.
She's also employed at.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is the director of Neon.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I almost went to their open house yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had that whole thing going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's doing all kinds of good stuff.
Okay, so, old business, what's going on at the public library? Updates, anybody?
Yeah, I have a
That's
full
new.
update. So where's Jason? Here he is. Okay, so you can read this with me, I think, right? You see it? But it says the images are coming together well despite the challenges of the weather. It's currently warm. I'll be putting some concentrated hours in while that lasts. Senior year EOU is underway, so I'll most likely be painting some panels for my classes in tandem with concrete panels at the library. Setting some deadlines for myself to be done by the end of October. It looks like it's done, but it's not. So being that acrylics and the sealer are not recommended to paint under prolonged 50-degree weather, he's finding creative ways for the panels to be dry enough. Setting up tents and heaters, etc. Also planning to finish the project with textured concrete product that will cover the top surface of the pre-existing wall. That will taper from the bottom of the panels towards the outside of the wall, so water won't be as likely to puddle around the art. He'd like to embed coins or emblems at each of the prospective vantage points by drilling a shallow hole in the sidewalk. He's asking me for permission for that, which I've emailed somebody, so we'll find out. We're near the finish. Excited to deliver the piece. It's already generating some great conversations and information trading within the community. So if you haven't seen the tents up,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that,
that's that.
but it's just so cool.
It
Yeah.
looks really good.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. I mean, to me, if I didn't know better, I thought he was done. So it's pretty great.
Can you forward that to me so I can put it on our Facebook page?
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's the
Oh,
one part I
yeah,
hadn't
yeah.
seen.
You guys
yet.
haven't
That's
seen
the one you
backside?
cannot
No.
see.
Backside.
You have to be at the come out from the library
Yep.
to see the backside, so I haven't seen that.
Or stand at the backside to go up the ramp.
But I've seen the other three visages. I thought he was done, so
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That's amazing.
So yeah, there you go. Forward.
Yeah,
Heavy.
Yeah.
A little cooler here than Pendleton.
So just so you know the history really quick, so the art commission wanted to do some public art downtown. The Main Street downtown did a few hats.
Oh,
By
okay.
the Probank building
Sure.
a long time ago. 2000, I don't know, 17, 18 maybe. And then these guys prioritized that through something called a community conversation that people were wanting. So then over time, we did a selection process through city council, and then we did a full call for artists, and they screened them, and this was the design they picked with the theme of
Honoring the past, celebrating the present, embracing the future.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and 5 years. Oh, well, when it's finally done, it'll be almost 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's been a long process.
well, having to learn how to do this kind of stuff too, and,
well, and
and
we had to come up with the grand art policy because
yeah, the city didn't
Yeah.
have one,
Oh, wow.
so that was our first priority.
and that was 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot of work.
And then once we had the art policy in place, we did an inventory of art that the city owned,
Mhm.
so that it's cataloged and documented along with the architecture, which we consider part of the art.
Sure.
And then we started on this one, and it's finally happening.
That is so cool.
It's been so cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had to take the bus to get around town, so, I really couldn't get out to go talk to him. I
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
meet him. Have you met him?
I've met him, but we haven't had a chance to really talk. He was busy. I just went out and said, "Hey, I'm Evie Stacy, Arts Commission." He's like, "Oh, sweet." And he's like, "I'm kind of busy right now." I'm like, "I just want to introduce myself. You're good. We're fine."
Okay.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm really happy with
So we'll
that.
be done in
Yes.
a couple weeks, it sounds like. So great.
Are we done with that one?
Yep, that's
Okay, what about the signal box wraps? How's that coming?
Okay,
Oh,
well, that one.
You familiar with those?
yes,
Yeah.
and she gave you a little bit of a primer on that.
Okay, good. So we have received, even after I went back and made phone calls and left messages
And sent out.
and sent
packages.
out more packets and even upped our deadlines, that the only one we have is the Oregon Sign Company out of Baker City. And I think that's the one we should approve and go with because they've done it before. They've got the experience,
Oh, okay.
licensed, bonded. She hasn't got back to me yet. I'm trying to work a deal to say, if okay, we're going to do 5. If we do 5, what kind of deal can you make me?
I see.
Because right now the cost per signal box is $1,450.
Okay.
And she provided references. Stu has used this company before too, so they've got a very good reputation. I don't know if I sent you the summary bidder's background. And so basically, I think that's our decision.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't want to really go out of the area, and since
Hey,
since
well,
the
that's
city has
added-
used,
I mean,
Right.
I went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They
Yeah.
sent out 8.
Yeah.
one of them actually couldn't do it because they were not licensed and bonded.
Oh.
But he is an artist. He's got a good reputation. A real good friend of ours, who is Jeremy Clark.
Don't know.
He's the one that did the murals there at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he interned under him,
Mhm.
apprentice under him. So he good reputation. So I told him we would keep him on our list for other projects that didn't require him to be licensed and bonded, because if he does a project for us through the city, it falls under our stuff.
I see.
What was that estimate again? Dollars?
$1,450. And
Thank you.
personally, I think we should just go ahead and go with them. And just, I've tried, I've 3 times with all these businesses, and this is the only one that got back to me, called me, texted me.
And it sounds like they care about the project.
Exactly.
And a lot of cities are doing it now too.
Well, and like I said, they've got the experience. They're licensed and bonded, so they know this stuff. And they've got very good references. Everything checks out. And if that's who we decide to go with, then, I mean, we've got till December to make a final decision, but I'm thinking
Can we put that?
we were
out
supposed to have letter of intents in by today.
Can we put that out to move to make them our to go ahead and go with them, to send it out to our other 3 commissioners and.
You don't need the other 3 because you have a quorum with.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have
okay.
4 of us.
Well, and I'd already talked to Ricky Jim briefly about, this is where I'm at, and quite frankly,
Well,
they took the time, they took the energy, they responded, and let's go with them.
I move that we go ahead and go with you said Oregon Sign Company
Yes.
for the signal apps.
What do you think, Nick?
I think it just sounds really good. I was curious, how many boxes were we planning?
5.
5 boxes.
And the locations are.
That includes installation at $1,450.
Yes, that's everything. Total cost per box. Let's see, where's the locations? Okay, Adams and Greenwood will have, the signal box at that corner will be for Greenwood Elementary.
Okay,
Adams and 4th Street will be the LeGrand Middle School. Adams and Island Avenue will be Central Elementary. Island Avenue and Pine Street will be LeGrand High School. And Island Avenue and Portland Street will be Island City Elementary. We're just doing the schools. We're not going to do the university or anything like that, because we've got 4 or 5 more signal boxes that we could utilize later on. One of the things that we had discussed in the subcommittee was trying to get the art to go further down Adams Avenue. It's like everything stops. It's right there in the historic district.
Yeah.
And, the people on the other side of Island Avenue going down, they're like, wait a minute, we're here too.
Right.
And so we're looking at doing that kind of an expansion.
That's a good idea.
You know, they are a part of the town. They pay into the URA, you know, and they should be included. But those are the 5 that we decided on at first. And then same thing with the theme. So honoring the past, celebrating the present, and embracing the future. And the concept is that I'm going to call the subcommittee back together so that we can come up with the criteria to give to the schools. So,
Okay, well, I already
You
put
have a
in,
motion, you need a second.
well, we weren't finished discussing, so the motion has to be wait.
Actually, it goes motion second, then discussion. But you just did it a little bit ahead of time.
Okay.
That's okay.
So
Motion?
she
Yeah,
motioned,
okay.
somebody second, now discussion.
No, somebody second, yeah. Does anybody want a second?
I'll second.
I can't second, can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Hey, we'll give it to you.
Well, some things I can do and some things I can't.
It's just the chair that can't, supposedly.
Oh, just the chair?
Yes.
Okay,
Since
that
you're-
makes it different.
Yes, you have
Okay.
vice chair, so you get a
Right.
vote. Anyway, back to,
Okay.
all in favor.
wait, well, no, not yet, we're doing discussion. Stop, I'm not done talking.
Somebody please. All right.
Anyway, the next step is for me to get the subcommittee back together, and if you would like to join us, that would be amazing.
Okay.
To create the packages that will go to the schools.
Sure. Yeah.
And the concept is that the designs will be done, each individual school, the school will select we haven't decided 2 or 3 best, whatever. Each school will submit it to us.
Mhm.
We in turn then will submit it to ODOT with the
ODOT.
formal proposal. And then it goes to the city of LeGrand. And then the city of LeGrand will vote. And then ODOT drafts an agreement. And once the agreement is signed and executed, we're in business. And that'll take us probably about another year.
Okay.
Because we also still have to write for money too.
Oh, okay.
We are
So
not,
The good news is that you have a budget number now. If this motion passes, then you'll have a budget number that we can go write grants for.
Yes,
go ask the
exactly.
City for, whatever it is, right? And then we can fund it. Once it's funded, then we can do the process.
right. But one of the things that ODOT did, I do not remember the lady's name, but she was amazing. She came to us and she put together a package, step by step, how to do it so that we've got ODOT
Okay,
because
yeah.
Oh, cool.
everything we're doing is on Oregon State Highway, not just city street. And I mean, examples from, what the agreement should look like, what the letter should look like. It was
Wow.
amazing. And so we've got that. And need to make sure that I have copies of that to give to the subcommittee when I get them scheduled again. And right now, the subcommittee consists of the Chamber of Commerce, LeGrand Main Street, ODOT, the school superintendent or vice superintendent, depending on who shows up, Arts Commission, and Public Works and Parks and Recs. And I would like to find out who the president of the PTO is and get them in on it now that we're at the school stage.
President on which one? They all have their own.
They all have their own? Holy guacamole. Okay. Do you know who these people are? Do you have their email addresses?
No.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's pretty easy to find.
Oh, if nothing else, I can find out. Forrest can find out for me. My husband works at Greenwood as
Oh, okay.
a custodian. So that's where we're at on that. And then the last thing, that's I'll do it on my staff for commissioner comments.
Yeah,
That's
so the process as I see it, if this motion passes, then we'll go into some sort of fundraising mode and then.
You can't fundraise, remember?
The library, we can fundraise by writing grants and asking the city.
That's not fundraising. Writing for grants is a different process. If
Um,
you say
so-
fundraising, we're in violation. Remember, we got in
Yeah.
trouble for that before.
Oh, you did?
Commissions don't fundraise, they advise city council and.
Because we're under the city, so
Connections.
Oh.
It's
if
like-
we're a committee,
But
we
you have
could.
a planning commission fundraising, you can't do that.
I see. Okay.
Same rules as the planning commission.
Gotcha.
If you're a committee, you can fundraise. If you're a commission, no.
What I meant by fundraising was we need to go get the money to do the
Right,
project.
right.
Whatever.
Who do you want me to go get money from? I have no problem asking.
Well, I think we
He never
get the
does.
money from, what's the Roundhouse Foundation. I just need to, present it. We need to wrap this. Jason will be wrapped soon. We can send the pictures to them. Roundhouse has, been very supportive and that's their thing. is
Yeah.
words.
Well, it's,
So-
especially since it's gonna be the school involvement, and now see, the PTOs can fundraise for the individual schools for their boxes, for the cost for their boxes.
Okay.
Well, that's a different thing than the motion set. So the motions, okay.
The motion on the floor is that we,
Use Oregon Sign Company, I guess.
yes, that's
Is
the motion.
The motion. So why don't you call for the vote on that or any other questions or discussion first?
Have we lost you, Nick?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
We've had the
The motion,
motion and seconded to use.
so
Oregon
we're
Sign
all in
Company.
favor.
Is there any?
Any more discussion?
Any more discussion? Okay,
All in
all right.
favor?
All in favor?
Everybody, cool.
Okay.
Okay,
And so now we discuss the money.
Right.
right, that's a separate issue.
I think, yeah, so either we.
The thing is when I talk to the superintendent and the PTOs, can I bring that to them and say, hey, you can fundraise to
It's up to
go
you.
towards it?
It's up to you. I think there's two things, right? So we need your art and we're gonna pay for the install and wrap. Or we need your art, you need to pay for it. I don't think there could be a halvesies thing too, like, okay, you need to raise $700 of this. But I feel like, well, you guys discuss that. I'll keep my own opinion out of that.
No, we want to hear your opinion.
No,
What do you
after-
think?
After.
Okay, so my thing is it can get muddied if we bring the schools into it. If we do it as the Arts Commission with the city and do matching funds or do the fundraising without matching funds, then we're not muddying the waters. If we do halvesies with the schools, then we're gonna muddy the waters because what if they don't come up with their half? That's my take on it.
Yeah. I was just tossing it out as a thought, but personally, I would like to see the Arts Commission just handle it. That way the schools just have to handle their putting it together, getting the art done and submitting what they're submitting to us. And even if I can't give me a break because we're getting, we're doing 5, it works out to like what, 5 of them. So let's say $1,500 a piece.
1530, 6,000, 7,500 bucks.
Yes. And that's not a hard one to write for grants for.
I think Roundhouse paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. And that would, I think that would streamline the process and make the schools a little more wanting to participate because the PTOs are always being hit up for money for the school projects and stuff.
And what is the Roundhouse again?
It's just a foundation out of like sisters. And they're fairly local and they are, you'd have to Google it, but essentially they have focus areas. One of their main focuses is the arts. And the arts and rural Oregon, right? So we fit both of those. And when I wrote to fund this project at the library, they gave us more money than I asked for because they were like, well, it's probably gonna cost more than that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
they're not the foundation, some are like, these are the rules, these are the dollars, and you can't, these guys are more of she came and had lunch with me. Like she was like, hey, let's hang out. What's that kind of
Okay, so it's a little more relaxed.
a little more personal.
Yeah.
And since we have that relationship with them, they funded some other things like after school program stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like calling your friend and saying, hey, you want to give me, $7,500 and
Okay.
answer.
And see that,
But they have obviously an application process and a board, and it's not like a done deal by any means. We just fit a lot of their criteria.
Yeah.
And if that money gets transferred to our project, there's still like accounting as far as like receipts, and there's like a whole set of paperwork that goes along with
And
it.
the city does all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
that is one of the nice perks.
Yeah, there's no, all the oversight's done at City Hall, and there's, I manage all those grants
Okay.
as your staff liaison, essentially. So if we look here, just since we're doing it, let's just take a peek here. I'll show you. Supporting creative thinking, see, right there. Maybe, yeah. So this is probably picturing Sisters or Bend. We support programs that inspire creativity and connect people with each other and their sense of place to ensure sustainability, economic success for Oregon rural communities. Right. So then
Perfect.
That's great.
there's these sort of focus areas. You'll see why it fits so nicely. Rural Oregon,
Arts and
culture, yeah, arts and culture, environmental stewardship, social services, and education.
Oh,
So
we're gonna tick two of them
so
because
yeah.
arts and culture and education.
Exactly.
Because-
So that's why I'm very confident that they'll work with us. And
Yeah.
be able to do that.
And we're not asking for a huge amount either.
No.
So it's
You know, and that was the thinking with the signal boxes is that each school would have their own signal box. And it fits in with our theme, which is the theme same thing that we had for the art installation at the library.
Right.
Because we're trying to tie it into those poor hats that Jed Kane had put there. They were just kind of this little,
And Cast Iron Mary.
yeah, and Cast Iron Mary, you know, so honoring the past, celebrating the present,
Mhm.
embracing the future. The children are part of our future.
Right.
So
So as far as the art that goes on the boxes, are the kids going to be
the school,
doing the art?
yeah,
Yeah.
kids will design it.
Great. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we have to come up with the criteria so that they know what they can and cannot do to put on the boxes. And then the schools can decide how they want it. You know, if they want to do a contest between the grades, or if they want it, there's 4 sides. So if they want, you know, 4 different,
grades represented,
yeah.
for
Yeah.
example, or they could do, yeah, K1.
Well, and one of the other
whatever.
things too is that Ms. Freeman told me was that to include, so that ODOT gave me the dimension diagram
Oh, okay.
for signal boxes. And she said that the art would be more crisp if the kids designed it to the dimensions.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they can do smaller and blow it up, but she says it
You
tends
lose
to blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so she said, yes, she says, include that with what you're doing. And if they can do it in the dimensions, much nicer, much better.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a graphic design sort of concept.
Yes.
You design it to the size and then you can shrink it, but you can't make it bigger. Kind of thing.
Exactly.
And even in shrinking, you kind of lose some of the lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, they would design it, and then the public art policy says that there's one extra layer in this because of ODOT, but basically the Arts Commission says yes, this is our recommended design. It goes to council, they can say yay or nay, and then this process involves ODOT as well.
Okay.
But with ODOT being involved, we have to go to ODOT and then council.
Yeah, council would have the final say. That would be official, and then we'll go to council and say, look, these kids are gonna cry if we don't accept their design. No, we
Abby would do that.
Yeah, Stu wouldn't let me go.
I wouldn't let her do that.
He'd be sitting there kicking him in the ankle.
But it'd be
Shut up.
No, I think it's gonna be a really successful project, and
Yeah, I have a problem with people telling me no. Huh, Stu?
She's getting better.
She's
Yes.
getting that.
I just want to know
I
why.
always have a reason, so it's fine.
Yes. Yeah, the first time we met, he was like, because I said so. Everybody around the table went,
And she's still here, so.
and I'm like, you don't know me very well, do you? We need to talk. Yes, it did. He's taught me a lot. He really has taught me a lot.
So we need to make a decision about the money, it sounds like, if we're gonna be at consensus that we're just gonna have the money and the schools are gonna participate with their designs, or if we're gonna ask them to participate in the money part as well.
I move that we handle the money issue ourselves.
Let's just do consensus on this one. So
Okay.
let's do the motion.
My consensus
Because I
is,
feel like everybody agrees with that.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we're good, yeah.
yes.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea. Consensus.
Great.
And that will help when I go to call the subcommittee back up.
Yeah, the schools are all in, so we just need to re-engage them. It's gonna be great.
Well, the subcommittee needs to get together and we need to hash out the, what we're gonna send to the schools.
So it says no
It's
new
on the
business
agenda. I
here.
don't have any.
Okay, staff reports.
That's you.
Hold on, there's all last month stuff. Oh, the Harvest Festival that happened. That was on my staff report last month. That's why I kept it up here. So the Harvest Festival had, I don't know, reasonable turnout. We did some, we did a hay maze for littles. So it was like maybe 7 and under, maybe, because it was small, right, and short. So it wasn't much of a maze if you were tall, because you could just be like, oh, well, I was that way.
That's cute
But
though. The littles
was
don't
fun.
really get a lot of that kind of stuff.
No.
So yeah, it was awesome. So there was a big festival downtown on Saturday. It was the Harvest Festival. They had different vendors and booths set up, and our portion was we did like scarecrow crafts and pumpkin painting and this little hay maze thing. So it was really fun. They did a chili cook-off and some other stuff too, which I don't know how that all went, but our portion was awesome. So that was good. And then the Haunted Trail is live. That's happening at Riverside Park. I'll show you that really quick.
Oh yeah. Do you know about this haunted trail?
I don't.
No,
Oh,
I
you
don't
gotta
either.
explain that. That's so cool.
Yeah, we talked about it last meeting. It was, I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be awesome. I didn't get to go to the Harvest Festival, but I heard a lot of good things about it from
Yeah,
people
I
at
think it
Walmart.
was good. So here's the Haunted Trail. This is just the flyer, but anyway, you can see that it's $12 for a spooky version. That's 6 to 8, and then from 8 to 10, it's the terrifying version for $14. These tickets are selling quickly. The tickets are for sale at like 20-minute increments, kind of thing. So what happens? The plan is, start the pavilion. The van picks you up in the pavilion, and the plot line begins. So the story begins from the van driver and sets it up, drives you around a May Lane to the trailhead of the Riverside Greenway Trail, drops you off with all these things in your head, right? And then you have to make it through the trail back to the pavilion. And there's, I think, 11 or 12 live actors in this. There's lots of props. There's props. There's speakers hidden in bushes. There's creepy stuff. It's going to be crazy, scary, and nuts. The difference between the spooky and the terrifying is, I think, mostly jump scares versus, staying where you're at, sort of, not jumping out of the bushes, but staying behind, doing the same sort of noises, maybe. That's one example of what the difference would be. So kind of more for little kids and older, like maybe, people that want to be scared and don't want to be. So it's going to be amazing. And it's our first try at it. So in my office, there's like 3 7-foot ghosts in there that they put together, and they're put up hanging from trees. And then there's like
awesome.
That's
a 12-footer,
amazing.
and it's gonna be wild. So I think it's gonna be cool. I think it'll be popular, and as people go, I think it's 2 days. It's Friday, Saturday night, October 27th.
I haven't seen those signs around.
There's no sign. It's just all social media stuff.
Oh.
So they're selling. Yeah, this is social media. What's this? No tree planting. Oh, there you go. So it's gonna be awesome.
Send me that too, please.
Sure.
I don't know why you don't still
I don't
put
know
it
how
on
to
the
do that.
Facebook page yourself.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we have to put it on our Facebook page.
You can just go and share it, right? Like you just go to the grand one and share it.
Yeah.
I'll send you this link. So yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Where's that? So that's happening the end of the month, and it's gonna be wild.
Anything upcoming in November?
No, then we're working on some stuff in December. We're slowly building our lighted Riverside Park So you can drive through and look at the like displays and stuff. We're slowly building that. So they're really expensive, so you have to do them slowly. But in 10 years, it's gonna be out.
Put in for a grant from Walmart.
Good idea. Yeah,
Yeah, do that now.
that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll want to do that now so that you can get the lights in November.
That was the suggestion I was gonna give you too, is that, cause you missed that one grant,
Yes.
put a notification on the ones, like a week or 2 weeks before their
Mhm.
deadline, and have it like ping your phone or your email or something.
Good idea.
Just a
Yeah.
thought.
Talk to Tina, Coach Tina at Walmart, and ask her what the how to put in for the
You want to
grant.
write that down? I guess.
Do you want any of the bread?
Oh, yeah, I'll be right in a minute.
Yeah, Tina would be the one. She can actually walk you through the steps to get the grant.
Okay. Awesome.
And it's not a VAT grant, so it's just a Walmart grant.
Yeah. I was telling her before we got here that I think VAP is
Back.
post.
Zapped.
Well, I think what it is they have gotten really, really snarky about how to get in there and get the money. So, it's one thing for the fire departments, police departments, all that good sort of stuff to get money. But, going and getting it for the Arts Commission has been just a pain in my hind end. Now, supposedly we still qualify, but it's not letting me in to do it. So
What is that?
volunteer always pays. So anytime that Walmart associates volunteer for qualifying organizations, they basically get paid per hour that we volunteer.
So the art commission got money from her volunteering for the art commission.
I see.
From all that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm still, I could still put in hours when I do anything at the Opera House. They're still on the thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, the Arts Commission, I can't.
It's been wonky. We tried.
That stinks.
My husband used to work at Walmart, and between the two of them, we could get $1,000 every quarter.
Wow.
Well,
It was
no,
nice.
it was $250 a quarter, $1,000 a year.
Right. Anyway,
Okay.
So the next one's just information, which
Yep.
is always reminding you of the hours that you did. So Taylor told me his. So did you guys do anything outside of the meeting?
probably about 5-6 hours worth. So 7 total.
So Nick, this is for what's it called, workers' comp, like volunteers have to record their hours for our workers' comp stuff.
Okay.
If you do anything outside the meeting, make sure you track that and let me know what that is. Did you say 7?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Not me.
No.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now-
Commissioner
I'd sit at the
comments.
computer and yell at Karen. Does that count?
Here's your
Okay.
comment section. I'm just gonna keep eating these cookies.
Okay, comment
These are really
section.
good.
I spoke with Kathy Gover about the fair for next year. She says the booth that we have is permanently ours as long as we want it. It will always be earmarked for Arts Commission unless we tell her we don't want it anymore. So we got first dibs forever. The other thing is I talked to her about what had been brought up. I don't know if it was September or August, one of the meetings here recently, about possibly doing some kind of art award for the art there at the fair. And her suggestion was, a gift, a certificate or a ribbon. And she says, and they really love gift cards. And I'm like, well, we have a person in our group that does the little artist baskets, with like art supplies and things like that. And she goes, oh, they would love that. I says, we have no luck with checks. You would think they would want to cash a check, but they don't. We used to do a scholarship.
Oh,
It was $800-900. It wasn't
Wow.
chump change.
Two years.
2 years in a row, they didn't cash the check. And it screwed up accounting and so we just finally stopped doing it because it's like, if you don't want to cash the check, I'm sorry, we're not gonna waste the money.
That's so easy.
Why not?
And that's what I told the lady the last time she called me from the high school. It's like, if they don't cash the check, we don't give the money, we're
So
tired.
the only wrinkle is I didn't go to the kid, right? I went to the college or university, and they couldn't seem to make that connection. Like, hey, I got this. I need you to write a check to there, so they would never like call me back, right? That's the wrinkle. It
okay.
wasn't like we just gave the kid a check because
Oh, no,
that's
no,
not what
But
we do. But
it
still,
just-
like,
still, when I was going to school, if you gave me $50, I was gonna go get it.
Mhm.
College is not cheap. And when we reorganized, we expanded the scholarship to not just be for the arts, but it was for, like theater, the culinary arts, architecture. We expanded what we considered the arts,
Mhm.
and still. So we decided, we just did away with it. And so, she kind of gave me an idea what the theme is going to be for next year, but it hasn't been approved yet by their board, so I can't disseminate it yet. But it's cool. It's going to be cool. And as soon as I know, I am going to email everybody. It came in. Here it is.
So are you asking like this will just be included in our January discussion about money
Right.
about the art supplies,
The supplies
the
and
basket thing?
the fee.
Hmm.
And we approved, I don't know, what was it, 100, 150 last 100?
For stuff.
We included the fee in it too.
Yeah.
The $40 plus, and
Passes
then it was $60 for stuff. And
um,
we're thinking maybe we might want to bump that a little bit.
Cool.
This stuff has gotten a lot more expensive.
Yeah. And what we got, I mean, it was cool what we ordered from Oriental Trading, but a lot of it was so crappy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Their prices went up and their quality
yeah.
went down.
Wow,
So,
that's too bad.
but yeah, that's okay though. There's other places out there. I mean, there's the party store. There's other places, the hobby place. We might be able to do something bulk through them and keep the money local. We really try and do that too.
Mhm.
Keep the money local. And that is my report.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, the addendum thing. That is on pause because I wanted to get, the art commission, the art policy addendum for murals.
Okay.
That is on pause until January. I'm waiting for some stuff to come back that I inquired about before I put a subcommittee together for that.
Okay. I'll send that to you, Nick, the art policy. I probably never did that.
Oh, okay, great.
Just good to have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And over the last, 6-8 months, we've run into some issues about murals and stuff. And so it's like, well, it's not in the city art policy. We really should kind of put it in there. Landmarks and Main Street and everybody are just like, oh gosh.
Does Liberty do landmarks? No, that's a different.
Yeah, that's something else.
Well, landmarks is,
Part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
No,
Well-
you're on live here. What's your email address?
me,
The Mintrock one,
What's it?
MINTROK or ROC, should be on.
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
That's it. Yep.
Okay,
Let
there
me,
it is.
but it's not that they're part of the problem, it's part of the miscommunication. And if we have the art policy, that's gonna help with the communication because different sectors of city government
Work different ways.
work different ways, and this way it kind of brings them all together on one page.
That's what I meant by part of the problem.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of, yeah, and communicating between different government entities has been a problem. That's,
Well, and then, there was issues like, well, if it's outside of the historical district, then what do we do? if it's inside the historical district, it's a whole different set of parameters, and there's a different process. And so this way, with this addendum to this art policy, it's going to spell everything out from A to Z.
Mhm.
Anybody has any questions, it's like, here, read this.
I see. Okay.
Work smarter, not harder. That is my theme.
So, Ms. Karen M., we just need other commissioner comments if there are any.
Are there any other comments? Commissioner comments?
Not this
Sorry.
time for me.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Welcome, Nick.
meeting's adjourned.
Fresh meat. We're going to have fun.
Let me check this out.
How busy do you want to be?